pedestrians are being preserved. So please do it for each photography. Just join me. The Manhattan Bridge where we are, as you can tell, it's a relatively ugly bridge. Manhattan Bridge is a relatively ugly bridge. Seems like trucks on this bridge so that subways take subways from the boroughs. They even got double-decker buses on this bridge. That is how ugly it is. If Brooklyn was its own city, it would be the fourth largest city in the United States. 2.5 million people live in Brooklyn. Brooklyn, in fact, was its own city until 1898. Then it was the third largest city in the United States. Please consider Brooklyn to be like its own city. It's like you got 2 city tours for the price of 1. You guys proved that you could bargain well. So welcome to Brooklyn. When we pass other tour buses, I like to point at random things to confuse the other tour guides. Let's see if he looks.
Expect the latest.
Yeah, I saw him look. Hey, I have no idea what that building is. She doesn't either, but I don't have an inferiority complex about it. And my neighbors, they work for the Pakistani consulate. My ex-neighbors. So if anybody wants to visit him and you have visa problems, I got connections. So here we go downtown Brooklyn. They'll be playing basketball and these sports until they turn the lights out in an hour or so, and then they'll keep on playing. I was nervous I was gonna hit my head. It says clearance 12'9". I measured myself this morning, I was 12'8". I knew I would make it. So Brooklyn Bridge, work of art, walk across it, it's just 1.25 miles long. It's a work of art, it's beautiful. Aldi's, the best pizza in the city, the line doesn't lie, the queue doesn't fib. La cola no miente, la vida. So here we go, you have the Brooklyn Bridge to your right, the view of the city in front of us. September 11th, just around the corner, you see the light going up. First time I've seen it this year. It's the light to show you where the Twin Towers were. Actually, alright. So get your pictures of the skyline. Don't want to ruin that light for you, but last year they had it a few blocks south of the actual site. Okay, muy rápido en español tenemos detrás de nosotros el Parque de Brooklyn. Junto a eso tiene el edificio Verizon. Va a verlo en un momento. Este bus está donde hay la zona cero. Es un símbolo. Stop, pick a conversation with New Yorkers. You can stand over the stop. Feel free to get your pictures in. No, good, because I once got in trouble for this. There's nothing to see in Staten Island, so just take the boat, get right back on it, come back. This afternoon, very good. Molto bene, no? Molto bene. But all the way back with you, Empire State Building, Chrysler Building. To get a good look at that, you really gotta go to Queens. Queens north of here. One of New York's 5 boroughs, 2.2 million people live there. Would be the 5th largest city in the United States if was its own city. 3 million dead people live in Queens. More dead than living. You don't know what you do with your dead in Australia. We bury ours in New York. Lots of cemeteries in Queens. Still a cool place. Most diverse part of the United States. If you look to your right, up East River, you have the Williamsburg Bridge. 3 bridges again connect Brooklyn and Manhattan. Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge, the first one, the most famous, the most beautiful. So successful that when the bridge opened, it quickly became overused. In 1898, the two cities, Brooklyn and New York, decided that they needed to build 2 more bridges. The problem was Brooklyn couldn't pay their half of the project. Brooklyn merged with New York. This bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, is so we are getting back into Manhattan. If you look up again, you see the Midtown skyline. A review of our tour. That's New York, known for big skyscrapers, you know, the tallest ones, up until the Sears building in the world were in New York. New York also known for graffiti. Look down to the right as we pass this building. Our city is part of the local flavor. So back into Manhattan, back into Chinatown. Watch your heads on these trees. Good job. We have asymmetrical modern art buildings going over original tenements. It's housing for the richest of the rich, put over housing need for the poorest of the poor. East Village, lots of sidewalk cafes, lots of bars. It's a center of alternative life in New York. It is Friday night, right? You feel it right now. Manhattan Island, only 13.5 miles long, only 2.3 miles wide at its widest, but still 171 Starbucks. The problem though is that about a year ago, the New York Times did a study on traffic in Manhattan, and they came to the conclusion that most people who are driving into Manhattan come from the 5 boroughs. Nonetheless, we still blame our traffic problems on people from New Jersey. Also, look at this. People in New York, they like to build on top of things. In front of us on the right, you see someone put up a wooden house on top of that brick building. Somebody's in the lounge right now inviting a nice young lady back to his log cabin. 21:55, 9:55, the other numbers counting down the minutes in the day. Union Square, what I tell you, I can't miss. It's a big place for people watching. Also, lots of performances. I'm sure in the middle of that circle there are people breakdancing. Street lamps are different than all other street lamps in New York City. The reason why, they are replicas of the street lamps that Thomas Alva Edison installed on 14th Street almost 100 years ago. Most cities are designed to put their garbage behind the buildings and alleys. In New York, no. We're very modern. We leave our garbage on the streets. An army of garbage collectors comes around every night picking up the garbage. Our police officers are called New York finest. Our firemen are called New York's bravest. And our garbage collectors are called New York's strongest. The owner of the Empire State Building had a plan to fill it. What he did is he paid young men to run up and down the stairs all night long, turning on and off lights. The idea, people on the outside would get the impression that the Empire State Building was always bustling, that it was the place to be. Street. Then go past 32nd Street. You go to your right, you see Koreatown 1 block long. It's New York's smallest ethnic neighborhood. To your right, you see all the way down Mexican Building 42. Try to get a picture of the across 42nd and 43rd Street. Charles really the Rock has no lines, no queue. You buy your ticket by appointment, still gets you to the 70th floor, and when you get to the top, you can do something from there you can't do from the Empire State Building. Take a picture of the Empire State. And if you guys want to give me and Jesus good tips as well, no problem. We got the tip box downstairs. It's pretty much, but in Spanish, you didn't really miss anything. Straight and right, you'll see cards of them throughout Midtown. Very, very popular. I haven't even seen them give them out in Times Square.